Good morning, everyone. This is meteorologist Dave Lawrence from your local National Weather Service office in La Crosse. Wanted to talk briefly about the potential for severe thunderstorms this afternoon and evening. It does appear increasingly likely we will see severe storms work across the area, mainly between 7 p.m. and 2 a.m. this evening into the early overnight hours. Main threat with those storms will be damaging winds, but also we can't rule out some large hail, perhaps an isolated tornado or two, and of course some locally heavy rainfall and lightning. The greatest risk, or what we're calling an enhanced risk, will be generally centered on the Twin Cities either side. That's where we do anticipate the highest risk for severe storms. As one works to the south and east with time, that risk will greatly diminish, such that by the time you get into southern Wisconsin, into far northern Illinois, the risk for severe storms will be greatly diminished as we go into the overnight hours. As far as a threat perspective, the main threats off to our west, say generally from the Twin Cities on west, that will be the greatest area of concern for some very large hail, perhaps a couple of tornadoes and damaging winds. And then we anticipate the main threat sort of transitioning from those to more of a damaging wind setup as we go into the overnight hours as those storms push across the area. And let me just show you what we're anticipating from a forecast radar perspective. This isn't perfect, but it does give you an example of what we do anticipate. By 8 p.m., storms will be rumbling off to our west up toward the Twin Cities area. Those will quickly organize into a line. You can already see that occurring here, such that by 10 p.m., pushing maybe toward the areas just east of the I-35 corridor, perhaps knocking on the door of Rochester. By the time we get closer to midnight, those storms will quickly race across the Mississippi River into portions of western and southwest Wisconsin. And then by 2 a.m., those storms quickly slide off to the south and east. And of course, we do anticipate those weakening with time as well. By 4 a.m., not much left, maybe just a couple of showers around, with the main threat for severe weather well over by this point. Once again, the main threat that we want you to focus on is the potential for damaging winds, perhaps 60 to perhaps as high as 80 miles per hour in some of these storms later this evening. But also early on, especially as before 10 o'clock or so, there could be some large hail and perhaps an isolated tornado or two. Again, that's most likely across central and western Minnesota into the early evening hours. Once again, as a summary, I want to point your attention to those who have outdoor plans, perhaps maybe if you're going camping or things like that. Really, we would just want you to remain weather aware as we go through the afternoon and evening hours. Stick with us. We'll keep you updated as we always do, and we'll have the latest information for you here, always on our website, weather.gov/lacrosse, or you can check us out on social media as well. Thank you very much for your time, and once again, stay weather aware as we go into the afternoon hours.